Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Vi, and I'll be facing against the Seraphine adventure from the Spirit Blossom event. I'll just be moving along, and I want the reward, so we're doing a champion from Piltover and Zon. I figured Vi might actually be a decent enough challenge because although I have 5 stars on her, I'm still only level 18, so I won't be getting Vi in my starting hand guaranteed. Also, I'm running Cease and Desist because it's Vi's relic and it's extremely synergistic on her. The drive prototype is just there in order to go ahead and give us more rerolls, which can be relevant. Okay. I don't think I've ever faced off against Seraphine anywhere. So this should be an interesting experience. Seize Fury, Communal Mana Flow, Counterfeit Production. Do I benefit from the extra mana more than my opponents? Honestly, I don't think so, but at the same time, Seize Fury isn't that great. Same thing for the counterfeit production. It feels bad to just reroll on 2 epic powers, but I think I need something different, something better. Black market discount is terrible, disarmed, feral senses. Feral senses can help smooth out my draws. Sure, let's take the feral senses. Round start, current fleeting to a random card in player's hand that they can afford. Well, at the very least it's something that I can afford, so it's not like the opponent's just going to discard my most expensive cards. This is a decent enough keep. Okay, so my vice somehow turned into a Mihira. It was because of the opponent's power, right? When the player draws or creates a in-hand copy a card they behold, transform into a new card of the same type and cost. So I can't have repeat cards in hand. That's basically what it's saying. Well, considering my options, let's do this. Let's get the Poro Cannon. I'll go ahead and drop down the Veteran Investigator because I don't want to discard it. The opponent has Deadly, that's a bit annoying. I'll do this. Worst case scenario, I'll go 5. Never mind. I thought I was going to be able to deal at least 2 and then deal a bit of damage to the opponent's unit, but never mind. Refill 2 spell mana. Let's do this. Discard the Feral Prescience. Get a Poro. Going to drop down the Eager Apprentice.
I'm here in Jana's.
That's kind of bad, because it doesn't benefit from the charging sigil. Sure would be nice if the opponent's units didn't have the spell shield. I'll manage.
Disown your ill intent.
Let's do this and this, and I can block like so.
Safety first.
Then next turn I play Vi. Vi is at 8. Okay, she's not at 10 yet. I need Vi to be at 10.
The Wow, did you see that?
I can play the Mihira. That could be interesting. Let's feral prescience first. That's fine, I guess. If I could proc the plunder, it would be good as well for the sake of the Father Fury. I can proc it with the Daring Poro. Also, the opponent's out of resources, so I think I'm in a good position. Do I cult shot here? I don't think there's any need to do so. Let's just Mystic Shot that down. I don't draw any champions because I don't have any more in deck. Also, the Mihira is, or was supposed to be my Vi. Was. I definitely can't afford to draw any more cards.
Should have let words solve this.
So somehow I have to win in the next couple of turns. Eager Apprentice is just speeding up the clock I'm on. Well, at the very least, Vi is at the point where she can level up. So let's go for her.
I'm doing this my way.
We level her up, we deal a bit of damage to the opponent's Nexus.
This is served.
We're going in.
Then hope we can close out the game this turn.
Excuse me.
I mean,
Coming at ya.
we should be able to, right? I mean, he doesn't really have much of anything. Yep. And I just kill him with overwhelms and vice damage. I was actually a bit closer to losing than it might seem.
Out.
I was 3 turns away from losing, in fact. Fortunately, I was able to close out the game that early. Warfrat, Earthshaker, Crystal Lebex. See, the problem with the Warfrat is that it doesn't have any attack baseline. So it's kind of bad as an early play. So I'm not going to take that. Earthshaker is too slow. Crystal Lebex is interesting. But my units already have Overwhelm by default, so feels kind of bad. Let's roll. Raz Bloodmane, Ab, Infinite Mind Splitter. Infinite Mind Splitter costs 5. I feel like most times I'm just going to draw this and it ends up being discarded. Let's pick up the Raz. 6 mana for a 12/7 is okay-ish, but it's not exactly what we want. Spirit Blossom Ari. Is it any good with my deck? No, because I don't have ephemeral allies. You've discarded or summoned 35 plus power. With Shadow Totem, so when Cyan dies, he ends up turning into a Cyan returned. That's very tempting, you know. And considering that the Feral Senses actually gives me something to serve as discard fodder once per turn, I'm tempted to pick the Cyan. Yeah, let's do it. Let's pick the Cyan. It's not usual that I do it. When you play a spell, deal 2 to your Nexus, your created cards cost 1 less. We do create some cards. Round start, lose all spell mana. Converging timelines. Yeah, let's just take the clumsy. Save our rerolls for the higher tier spirit side. Now the question is, do I want to go for the vicious enemy encounter? That is a solitary monk, so I can remove bad cards from my deck. Yeah, let's do it. Hope I didn't gimp myself by taking the every time we play a spell deal 2 to your nexus, because we do play a fair amount of spells. For example, I won't be able to play the Feral Prescience every turn,
Happy to do whatever's needed.
but I'm certain I don't need to, right? To play this card one, this card that's an exact copy of me. This is way too much tempo to pass up. So I'm going to do this. I take 4. But I also deal a fair amount of damage to the opponent's nexus. Whoa, since when is that thing that big?
Wow, did you don't ask where it's from, ask how much.
Hopefully I can just jump block those things. Oh right, when you it's the thing, the opponent's power. When they summon something, they grow one of his units.
Sure, boss.
Forgot about that part. I am hurting, but I still think I'm in a decent enough position. If I play Feral Prescience here, I can set up a level up on Vi next turn, which is incredibly important because Vi now kills the Crackshot Corsair on summon, and I have set up so that she
Save the day.
closes out the game this turn.
Store the rations, shackle the prisoners.
Or at the very least, I think Vi is going to close out the game this turn.
Credit denied.
Yeah. So
That's a good one.
10 health was the cost for this victory. Yeah, if I go ahead and spend 10 health every encounter, I might be fine. I still have the regeneration to top me off in between encounters as well, so it's only 6. Grifter's deck, Enrage, Fire Spitter, Sharpen Resolve. I'd prefer some creatures. The Arena Mechacaster is actually decent, right? Because I play Vi and then it becomes free. And it comes on the same turn as Vi anyway. Do I get rid of the Raz? Maybe. Yeah, it's the most expensive card in my deck, and my deck is fairly aggressive, so it's preferable to have a low curve. The foe summons a Zone Bouncer if they don't have one. This encounter is normally not that difficult, so unless they go ahead and change some of the cards he has access to, I think I'll be in a decent enough position. Do I keep the sign? I'll keep the sign actually. With the Regal's Lantern, I'll hold the sign for at least 4 or 5 turns. It will come down with Impact 4 maybe. Yeah, it's going to be okay. And I suppose I'll keep these 2 spells because they're good. Okay, there goes my Mystic Shot, replaced by a significantly worse spell.
Hope that's all right. How can I help?
Okay, it's too good to not use the gotcha here, right? I just go and gotcha this thing. Ouch. My unit now has tough. I'll hold. Let's draw. Keep buffing up the astute academic. The opponent's going to attack here. I'm just going to jump block because I want to preserve my responses. Kill the weakest enemy. 3 mana is not really worth it to kill that thing. I'd rather do this. Deal 2 to remove the 2-drop. Now the weakest enemy is that thing, right? Yeah. I can do this. It hurts. I really wanted the card draw. I suppose this is fine because I'm dealing 10 no matter what. And worst case scenario, I can use the I'm here to help to buff up the damage the astute academic. The unfortunate part is that Vi is still a long ways off from hitting 10 power.
Give me a weapon, I'll give it firepower.
The opponent is developing a very scary board.
I'm on it.
Cracking ice. No attacks from the opponent, really. Interesting decision. Next turn I'll be able to play the Cyan, but Cyan's not leveled up at all. Maybe I should try to level up the Vi.
One way to pick a pine cone. I'll show you.
I'll do it next turn though. Let's do this. I get rid of my Vi, but it's fine. Just need the one on in my hand anyway. This is going to hurt a bit, but I really want to level up on the Vi.
Just keeping the peace.
Officer Kibble, you never get to turn my pen.
So now Vi comes down, removes one of the opponent's units and levels up, deals a bunch of damage.
Mad at me.
Wait, what? I've struck for 10 plus damage in a single strike. That's 10 plus damage. Was it... did it not count because the opponent's unit had tough? Is that what's going on? That's incredibly annoying.
Eat this!
Well, I still think this is enough to close out the game. And I'm correct. Oh, that was worrisome. Kind of annoying that Vi didn't level up when I thought she would have. And just like that, I spent another 10 health to win a game. It's like I didn't even heal between encounters as well. That's a bit annoying. Hopefully the extra power makes up for it. Mighty Mustache, Decimate, Dragon Tooth on the Astute Academic. I'm inclined to pick more units because spells hurt me, even though spells are generally better. Deep Cuts, Wound Prey, Dragon's Rage. I really like Deep Cuts. Especially since the opponent has Deadly, which means they take double damage from the deep cuts. Yeah, let's take it. Spells chest. Piltover Enforcer. Grant an allied champion +4/+4. It strikes the strongest enemy. Or time trick for double draw. Draw is really good in this deck, so let's take the draw. And now we can either heal ourselves back up to full, almost full, or cut the card. Honestly, I think this deck is generally fine. Maybe the only card that I would cut is the Veteran Investigator, because it doesn't have an item on it. And even then, it's a bit iffy. Let's heal ourselves up a little bit. Go back up to full. It might be a bit easier to face off against Bard this way. I don't know exactly what he does. I don't think I've ever faced off against him. Do I hold the Cyan? Let's hold the Cyan and the Veteran Investigator. The opponent starts with a Bard in play.
Don't worry, I've read all
That's a
about
bit unfortunate. When the foe spends mana, plant 3 times that many chimes in their deck. So I need to close out the game fast.
Is it work?
Oh, the Veteran Investigator is just turned into a Jax.
just as I hypothesized.
Okay. Interesting. I feel like I can play around with my health. Mostly because I'll heal up after this encounter. Esmus. The opponent's playing rather slow. Let's trade in, trade that in. It would be very important to remove the Bard off the board. This is hurting me a lot, but all for the sake of leveling up Vi. Except Vi doesn't come down this turn. She comes down later on. And Bard is leveled up too. Maybe I don't need to pull with Vi. Maybe not. That's not the plan. Maybe it's just to go ahead and remove the Bard from the board so that he doesn't get a bunch of value off of the chimes getting summoned on board. I can pull like so. Actually, I miscounted. Vi is going to die if I do this. But the opponent dies. Yeah, he's forced to block with everything he has on board. I'll lose some of my units, but at the same time I'm also dealing damage to his Nexus, so I'm planting Ichor. He actually dies at the start of the next turn. Okay, so it was fine after all. Even with Bard leveled up, I still managed to be quick enough. See, the curses came in handy. Nomad's Medallion on Vi. It makes playing Vi significantly easier, but it messes up the combo with the Arena Mecha Caster. Do I want the spell shield on Vi? It's tempting too. Let's reroll once. Philosopher's Stone, Arcane Knowledge, Speed Wraps. Let's take the Arcane Knowledge. Now that I get rid of the when I play a spell I take 2 damage, it's significantly better to get spell synergistic stuff. Stabilize. 2 Vice. Yeah, that's good. And then I can go for a legendary power here. Grant the leftmost 3 cards in your hand fleeting. Your spells and skills deal double damage. Let's spend some rerolls here. You don't draw a card at round start. Each round, the first time you play a unit, summon an ephemeral copy of it. Nah, I need the card draw. I'm spending all my rerolls here. Game start, the foe summons a 2020 Sinister Poro. Is that really worth it for the unyielding determination? I'm going to take it just for the sake of making the adventure a bit more challenging, but I don't really think we need unyielding determination. Now I just need to keep something that can block the Sinister Poro on board every turn. Or I can go for Roar of the Slayer when the opponent only has the Sinister Poro on board and completely mitigate the thing's existence. Never mind. He starts off with a few musicians on board, so my plan's ruined. Also, I didn't start with the best hand in the world.
Heard you're new in the area.
I might have actually screwed myself. At the very least I have a Vi in hand.
My training is unconventional.
Let's try to make it so our next draws are better. I'll keep the... Ooh, Fading Memories is pretty good. That's Fading Memories. Cheap one. Buff up the Vi. Then I can use the Poro Cannon with the Reborn Grenadier in order to go ahead and jump block like this. If I take the 10 now, I'm going to take the 10. It's better to go ahead and remove something off of the board. Then I can do this. Level up Vi. Next turn. I can go for the Arena Mecha Caster as well. Also, I get another Vi, which is incredibly relevant because I have something else to pull the Sinister Poro, and the opponent's getting rid of the Sinister Poro, so I no longer have to deal with it. Well, the opponent just signed his own death sentence, I guess, by doing that. Let's pull the largest one. We pull that here. And that's game over.
Just looking out for the public.
Unless the opponent somehow finds a blocker. Okay, he does find a blocker for the Poro, but it's still not enough. Vi's impact and effect damage is enough to close out the game. Now, was all of that worth it for the Undying Rage? No, not really. But it's better to have the safety net than not have it, I guess. Zonite Urchin, item chest. Let's go for the Zonite Urchin. Flexible game plan. Or Zonite Urchin. Honestly, Zonite Urchin is decent enough. It draws more cards overall. And it's more relevant because at the game start I don't have anything on board. But after that I have stuff on board. And I do want to use my power to buff them up. When you increase an ally's stats with a spell, increase them by 2 more. We don't really increase allies' stats with spells, however. I guess we're just moving along. Ooh, an epic shop. No way I'm passing that up. Let's toss all of these back. I want them for cheaper. Okay, starts with a funsmith. Let's go astute academic into eager apprentice.
About this. I'm on it.
Perfect. Now I have a way to remove the funsmith off the board. That's one less problem.
Just as I hypothesized.
And I also buff up the astute academic a little bit in the process. Also, let's see what we get next. Yeah, another gotcha seems fine. It will probably be enough to remove whatever we place here. Yep, like that. Chip takes one removal for the team, which is great. Our astute academic is now huge. Let's take a time trick for more card draw. Next turn I'm going Zonite Urchin into Reborn Grenadier. Then I can do this. None of these are that interesting. Into time trick. Let's draw Roar of the Slayer. Because I'm drawing by... I guess not. I'm not drawing by here no matter what. It's still decent enough because the opponent's taking a bunch of damage off of the astute academic. Yeah, sure, I'll drop on the house spider. More units on board the better. Opponent's kind of dying to the Eaker. In fact, I can just do this and end the game. Would you look at that? I didn't even need Vi this time around. Nice. Now we get to spend all of this money in the epic shop. Lost Soul. Is that relevant? Now let's take more Patrol Wardens. The card that's already in my deck. Charlatan Fishmonger, Plaza Guardian. Explosive Interest is definitely relevant. But other than that... Maybe the Charlatan Fishmonger is okay. It does draw more cards for us. Nah, we don't need it. Let's move along. Now card cuts. What card do I cut? Probably the Roar of the Slayer. The one time I really wanted to use it, I wasn't even able to do so. Let's remove it. Seraphine. Each time the foe plays 6 new spells, they summon a catastrophe. Is catastrophe a 15-15 or a 30-30? I'm pretty sure it's a 30-30. That might be a problem then. I'm tossing this sand back into the deck. I haven't even been able to play it a single time this game. Unfortunately, I got the gotcha in my opening hand. I really wanted to use it to remove the Seraphine.
I'm on it. Oh, that's a good one.
Let's keep the card draw on top.
Let's test
And
my
let's see if the opponent gets baited by me attacking like this.
with me.
Yes, he does. Perfect. No more Seraphine for the opponent.
I did my
That's a
best.
good start to the game. That's also pretty good. Let's go ahead and just feral prescience, see what's on top. I'm just putting that on top
Some thinks I'm all sparkle, huh? Well, maybe.
because I fully intend to go
Proceed.
veteran investigator into it.
Just keeping the peace.
Officer Kipper, you never did return my pendant.
Look at how large this astute academic is. There's the Vi. Now we can start growing her. Sure, I'll discard this one. Voices of the Old Ones. Voices of the Old Ones doesn't really do anything. But it does draw a card, and that's relevant. Yeah, that's enough. Let's attack with this board.
Whoa, you sound great.
I didn't even realize the opponent was at such a low life total. I was just focused on what cards I was going to play. Did they really start with a health pool that small? Maybe. Well, I guess it's fair because if I don't kill them early, they just summon a 30-30 and my deck can't possibly deal with that. So it's only fair that I can have a reasonable threshold of health that I need to chew through before I lose. Well, that was a lot simpler than I anticipated, even with the handicap of not having a guaranteed draw on a champion at the start of the game. But it was still fun nonetheless. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.